Welcome back, everybody, to Icewind, Rime, and the Frostmaiden. When last we all were here, you had finally made your way back to the city of East Haven, where you had started all of this to begin with. Our good friend Toot gave a rousing performance at the White Lady, and you were able to earn free room and board, drinks, and the proprietor of said establishment has begged our dear friend Toot to come back and establish a business relationship that would be mutually beneficial. You have learned about the ongoings of the world in your travels around, essentially helping the poor people of the Icewind Dale survive this horrible, never-ending winter now that has encased the land for several years. You have learned about invisible raiders that have been raiding some of the cities that you have learned are actually deep dwarves, the Dwergar, who normally don't venture out of the Underdark, but for some reason have set up an establishment on the surface. And you have learned have been collecting pieces of a substance known as shardolin that you learned was part of a magical fragment that is able to imbue dark energies. You learned from the devil worshippers that had imprisoned the speaker of the last town that you were in, that the leader of the Dwergar, a man by the name of Zardoc Sunblight, along with his sons and other co-conspirators, he is a warlock under the influence of who he believes to be Deep Dura, but the leader of the worshippers of the rival archdevil told you that it is not Deep Dura, but it is in fact Asmodeus, who is disguising himself as Deep Dura, speaking to Zardoc, telling him to bring about the destruction of the Icewind Dale, which he plans to do through some means of using this magical crystal shard material that his associates have been collecting. You learned that Nildar has a brother named Dearth by looking at the letters that you found in their outpost. And Dearth, you know, is set up on the ferry here in East Haven, is his base and establishment there. You made your way back into town here and did some market shopping and found some cool items, some more useful than others, but still some really interesting stuff. And you've learned a little bit about not much about the Frostmaiden herself, but you've learned a little bit about other things going on in the world. You learned that a mage was killed in the city of East Haven, burned at the stake, because he had discovered a spire of a hidden city that was buried, and then had the people that assisted him in uncovering this, excavating this find, killed to keep the secret. He was found out and then executed in the city. You actually saw his execution. One of the cousins of the people that he had murdered told you the location of the spire. You also learned, after finding a crystal skull inside of a cave in the city of Termalaine, outside the city of Termalaine, where you aided the poor denizens there whose mind had become overrun with kobolds that had become possessed, about a crashed spaceship that is now speaking into the mind of your wizard. And as he has traveled further south, closer to East Haven, the speaking is only getting louder. You also learned that not everyone agrees that the Frostmaiden is behind this, as the people have been making sacrifices to her without much benefit. Some people are blaming the wizards of the Arcane Brotherhood, and they told you that their leader surely would know something about it, as he is locked up in the tower spire in the great prison of Revel's End. And some people believe that it is dark wizards that are behind all of the frozen frost making. I think that's most of the other things that you have learned about and been told about. You find yourselves in the city of East Haven. You also learned about the device that the gnome was making inside the cabin that was able to control the weather, and you gathered it. That was another thing that you did that has some import. You find yourself in the city of East Haven doing the shopping when you all are approached by a woman that you recognize and a man that you don't. The woman that you recognize is the very captain of the guard that Granite Guts had spoken with many moons before, who had requested assistance in finding the lost fisherman. When you all went off to serve other tasks, and the man with her introduces himself as the speaker of town, a man by the name of Daneth Whalen. And Speaker Whalen and Captain Emdra Arglath approach all of you and inform you that they have heard of all of your deeds and the ongoings around the 10 towns, and that they have spoken with or received Raven from the speaker of the city of Caer Konig, a dragonborn who you had befriended somewhat, whose name for the life of me I can never recall right. Darvos, Dravo. Anyway, doesn't matter. He sent word of what you had learned, what he had learned after you had turned over the imprisoned body of Nildar Sunblight to him. And you're on the streets now after you've been shopping at the market, and the town speaker has approached you and requests a meeting with all of you. That's where we find ourselves right now, standing before Daneth Whalen and his captain of the guard and his various other guards. And he says to you all, I don't remember his exact words. You all must be the heroes of the Icewind Dale that I've been hearing so much about. Dark times it is. I would love to speak with you all, if you would please. It is cold here. Why do we not make our way to the East Haven City Hall? What do you all do? Or say? What does Granite Guts think?
I think that I'm fine taking a stroll to City Hall and see what news comes our way.
Okay. Trovus was the Dragonborn speaker's name. Trovus. Why can't I remember that? Yeah. So, does anybody have any objections as the guards approach you all and begin to sort of like lead you towards, point you towards City Hall?
No, I'm good with going.
No.
Okay. They lead you towards a building in the center of town. It's not the most impressive building, and you're shuffled into a chamber here. It's decorated with oil paintings depicting life in the city. There's a large oil painting of the town itself on the northern wall. And mounted on the south wall is a 5-foot-long stuffed knucklehead trout. And its plaque bears an engraved copper plate that reads, "Big Nuck caught by East Haven fishers in the summer of 1479. It sort of is what it is. You pass through that room and you enter into a larger room led by the speaker. And in this room, there's like low burning lanterns that cast a glow around a large black object in the center of the room that is like carved into this sort of like strange looking figure that sort of sits in the middle of the room. And the speaker looks over at you all and says, Well, I suppose by now you've probably, since you spoke with Speaker Trovis and you're responsible for the capture of Nildar Sunblight, you're aware of the invisible foes that have been stalking us. And he looks over at all of you as you nod, and he says, Caer Konig is not the only city where these things have been happening. Since you were last here, we too have been having mysterious things go missing. In fact, right before you hear, this statuette is a... And you look at it, and as you sort of look closer at it, it appears kind of shoddily made. And in fact, as you look at it, it's becomes clearer that it's made actually out of like wax. It says, historic figurehead off of the greatest of East Haven's ships. Back when the city was founded, this was the masthead of the very founders of the city of East Haven, and it has been kept here as a relic of our past for generations. It was stolen. It too made out of the same crystalline substance. Of course, we can't let the public know that one of our most cherished artifacts of our city's founding was stolen right out from under our noses, so this replica has been produced and put in its stead here. But things have gone missing as well. Speaker Trovis has not been able to gather any information out of the prisoner which you left with him, at least as of his last writing. I fear that something nefarious is underfoot here. If multiple cities in the 10 towns are being stalked by these creatures, I can think of no party of people better to help us unravel this than you all. For the safety of all of us, City of East Haven would be willing to compensate you, and you would have my gratitude. Do you have any other information as to their plans or whereabouts? And he looks at, I don't know, who would he be looking at? I guess he'd be looking at probably the humans. He's kind of humanist, so he probably wouldn't be looking at Toot or either of the orcs. He'd probably be looking maybe at the dwarves. He'd probably be looking at Yatara and Granite Guts when he says this, and asks that question of the two of you. What do you all say?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to go over to the statue and just start poking at it because it's obviously waxy.
Yeah, as you start poking at it, you poke a hole in it, like your finger like goes straight into the like wax that's still a little bit soft, and it kind of gets on your fingers. It kind of gets on your fingers a little bit, and it's sticky.
Try to wipe it off in your clothes, and it leaves a spot that I'll never.
Yeah, like as you sort of like wipe it off, it leaves like black goo attached to your. And he looks over at you and he says, I didn't say it was well casted, but no, it's not really sticky. It's waxy. It's too cold for it to be like sticky, but it's like clearly not like as you get close, like it's a decent enough, like if you're looking at it from like not examining it, you know, you might buy that this is the thing, but if you like touch it, it's a fake.
I want to ask him, have there been any reports of anyone seeing these creatures in town?
He says no. Footprints have been seen, but they seem to have the ability to hide themselves. And since we have learned that they are Dwergar from your exploits, we know that they have the ability to make themselves unseen. it's a bigger city, but they don't have a lot of like there's not a lot of people that can like cast see invisibility like readily available. You know, there's not like super powerful wizards that have access to every spell like in some of the big southern cities, you know. So it's more of a challenge to be able to do that kind of thing.
So what we have been able to discover is that there is definitely an effort to grab as much of this as possible for nefarious ends, and so anything that we can do to prevent more of this material getting into their hands is probably to the better. And this looks like a fairly large amount of this crystal. So do you have any notion or any idea about
says-
where they
he's-
would have, which direction they would have taken it through
Yeah, he says
footprints or?
Yeah, he'll answer that. He says that it was taken just a couple of days ago, and that they've sort of hastily cropped up this. He tells you that times are tough enough as it is. The fish shortage from the fishermen being killed by a nefarious hag had food in short supply, and that the citizens have been near sort of riot and overthrow for some time. It happened just a couple of days ago, but they've whipped up this like forgery in its place because he fears that if there's like a sign that like the structure of the city is like being also robbed blind, that like citizens will like not respect the authorities. And he's worried like people won't respect the guard if like even the guard is being like robbed from, and there'll be like robberies and looting, and like so we can't let them know that this has happened. But they couldn't have gotten far with it because it's big and heavy, and it's only been a couple of days, and he figures they would have to have some means to transport it out of town, probably either by water or like by some sort of like pack animal. So he thinks that they've probably got it stowed maybe somewhere, waiting to an opportunity to get it wherever they're going with it.
How long has it been?
2 days.
Weren't we told that the brother was working out of the docks of East
Yes.
Haven?
You found
So-
that in a letter. You've not disclosed that you know that to him, though. I can tell you what the letter said if you want a rehash of that real fast.
That would be great.
Yeah.
The letter that you found on the desk of Nildar, the other Dwergar, said, "Brother, you will find me on the frozen ferry in East Haven. From this new base, the search for Chardalin continues. Long may our father reign over this dark land." Signed, Dearth. And that was found in the Dwergar outpost that you guys went to at the behest of Trovis when you learned that things were being stolen from the city of Kerkonig. Now you've learned that things are also being stolen from East Haven, including this very large chunk. Do you let on to that you know about the ferry, or are you going to just sort of go there and take care of it? Are you holding things back? You have been told that not all speakers are trustworthy, and you know that at least Speaker of Caer Denival was under the control of a cult, and you know that some of the speakers are in the pockets of the Black Network. So I'm just reminding you of all these things. So I don't know what you're divulging and what you're not. So that's what you know. And he told you he doesn't expect that they could have gotten it very far by now. But he does say whatever they're up to, I have grave concern. He tells you that Speaker Trovus told you all that the brother was threatening the destruction of the world and death by dragon fire, and they don't know what that means.
Does it feel like he's holding anything back?
Roll insight. Not really. You think he's being forthright?
Hmm.
Shall we go deal with this?
He looks over at all of you and says, the city of East Haven would be most grateful for any efforts you're able to do to return the historic ship masthead and to put a stop to this terrible threat to all of our lives. In the matter of payment, I'll have to see what we can secure, but we will compensate you to the best of our abilities. I can think of no crew that has a better reputation throughout the 10 towns than you all.
That we do.
If we weren't high quality, Toot would not put his name on it.
Got to keep his reputation up.
Mhm.
So he bids you all good luck and good day and says, if you need anything, you can find him back here at the town hall. But he and the captain of the guard says she has to attend to the security of the city and trying to batten everything down as much as possible to stop these raids that have been ongoing, and wishes you all luck in your search. And they sort of bid you good day. You all are escorted back outside. And where do you go? Toot, what are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to head back to the White Lady and rest up, or are you wanting to march into all of this? What does Toot want?
I mean, we've just been shopping today, right? We haven't really done anything, so I think we're all healed up. I think I would look at the rest of the party and say, to the ferry? Shrug.
Sure.
What else do we want to go directly to the ferry, or do we want to go to, what is it, the Wet Trout, or what is the bar?
The Wet Trout you went to last time. You did go there, and you did receive payment from your initial I forgot to mention it in our introduction, but you met with Scythen, although you didn't really ask Scythen very much. He is the owner of the ferry, so you could talk to him again and ask him about the ferry and what's going on with it. He's been drinking at the bar. But you did meet with Hillen Trollbane while you were there previously, before you went shopping. And Hillen did pay you for taking care of Sefik Keltro, who she knew was behind the Ice Dagger killings that were ongoing. Hillen didn't have any other quests for you at this time, but she was keeping her ear to the ground. And yeah, so you could go back there and talk to Scythen, the owner of the ferry, before heading over there. But you have been there earlier.
Yeah, we didn't get any information on the statue though while we were there.
No, you didn't know about this statue. Does everyone want to do that, or do you want to just head on to the ferry?
I mean, I'm game for either one.
What do y'all think? Harkis, what's Harkis want? I've asked everybody else what they want.
Harkis is at this point chomping for some kind of a fight of some kind.
Oh,
So
Harkus is
he really
Harkus
is like
is
that's
boiling
that's
for.
Ready for
really all
pelts.
that's really all
Hmm.
he's interested in. So
So Harkus is like, I want to go to the ferry and I want to kick
Yeah.
these people's asses.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
need to bruise my knuckles a little bit.
yeah.
All right. So if Harkus is like made that point, does everybody just want to go to the ferry?
Sure.
So let's go.
Works for me.
Okay. All right. I'll take you all to the ferry. Before I put you way out here, I'm gonna bring you back just a little bit here. The ferry extends way out into the ice. And it is a fairly large ship that is just entirely like locked up in ice and frozen. It seems to have sort of two layers and an upper portion and a lower portion. And I need to get us some audio because I'm missing audio, and I was wondering why it sounded so flat, and I didn't even think about it that I don't have any soundscape going for this game so far. But yeah, it's icy, cold. The sun is low in the sky. I am curious how does Toot feel about this? Toot just like gave a like rousing performance at the bar and like was the center of the spotlight and attention, and now Toot is standing out on a isolated, frozen over ferry. So I'm curious about like those feelings that Toot's having as we walk out this way.
I mean, I think he's shivering and like he's pulling the like colorful cloak that he has now closer around him to try to warm up a little bit. And I think he's kind of missing probably the excitement of last night a little bit. Like it's been a little bit since he's actually gotten to give a performance, and last night went really well. So he's probably almost like not even really thinking about what it is that they're about to do, but more like kind of reliving some of the better moments and like flashbacks of like the reactions of the crowd and things like that. So he's probably not even really too much thinking about this other than God, it's cold.
Other than it's cold.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all, anybody else have any other thoughts or feelings as you're sort of approaching this area?
My fault is that I think I will never get used to Toot after the day after a performance, both telling the jokes and replaying the clapping noises as we walk down this boardwalk. I'm just sort of shaking my head, going, "What group of people have I gotten myself with?"
I mean, Toot was offered like a job to like stay there in permanent residence and be paid, and even given an offer of the take. I don't know how Toot's goal was to bring humor to this world, and I don't know like how Toot is feeling like the clash of being basically where Toot would want to be versus here now on this frozen dock.
I mean, of the two, this is obviously the least preferred. I think that given his way, he would probably very much prefer not necessarily a quieter life, but one that's a little bit less chaotic and just being able to perform and being able to do what he does best and what he's worked so hard to actually be respected for.
Yeah. Okay.
As we go down the boardwalk, I want to keep a notice of my environment here. And do I notice anything about the boardwalk itself, like any marks of something heavy being drugged down it, or since a wooden boardwalk would kind of show that in theory?
Yeah, roll survival to like examine footprints and in the snow and ice.
Sure. You said survival?
Survival is the check. Ken, you see some footprints. You can't tell how old they are. It's clear that there are prints of something that has been down this way at some point, but they're kind of frozen. Like it was snow at one point and stepped on, and now the snow has frozen, and you're uncertain how long, and you can't detect how many, and you can't tell if they were carrying anything or not. There are prints.
Are there any sounds or any like signs of movement or like anything like that?
Roll perception. Are you trying to get closer to the ferry or just from standing on the dock?
I mean, at first, just from standing on the dock, and then based on that, potentially closer.
Can roll perception as you try to listen.
Yeah.
You hear just the wind. You hear the boat and the ropes that are tying the boat down kind of creaking in the wind. And there's a little bit of water that's splashing up against the boat that's not entirely frozen and entirely encased in ice, but not much else.
Okay.
Okay, that's all you really get. The ferry seems to be largely abandoned as far as you can tell. There's nothing on the surface of the ferry or anything like that. You were listening. Yeah, I think you'll have to get closer before you can roll any other checks.
Yeah, if I don't hear anything, then yeah, I'm willing to continue down the boardwalk and get closer.
Okay. What are y'all gonna do? You approach the end of the boardwalk as you sort of reach the other end here, and there is a small plank that is not pictured on our screen that I'll draw in for you that connects the ferry to the dock. Let me just add that real quick. It would be something along the lines of like here. There would be there's like a boardwalk of sorts that connects the ship. And as you sort of get down there, if you're still trying to be attentive to all of your surroundings, everybody can roll perception. Okay, Toot with an 18 and Yatara with a 16. And I didn't get one from Harkus, but that's okay. There is a faint, Harkus doesn't see it. There is a faint glow that is coming from what looks like the cargo hold, maybe of the ferry below. Like there is like maybe lantern light or something there that is very faint. And with an 18 Toot, you think you just occasionally hear maybe the like whispering of a voice. Just every now and then.
Okay. How solid does this thing look that we would be climbing up?
The
So,
plank,
like it's just planks.
yeah, I mean it's wooden. It looks like it would hold your weight without too much difficulty to be able to step onto the ship.
And I can't really tell where the voice would be.
Just coming from the ship itself. And it just sort of just barely catch on the wind occasionally.
Okay.
Sorry, I got up and got a drink, but I miss. I see perceptions.
There's a faint light coming from maybe the cargo hold, and Toot occasionally catches maybe a voice like on the wind.
I hear it.
You hear it. For
Oh,
sure.
It's like, hey, you guys hear that? It's like someone's shouting.
Yeah, so you can't understand what they're saying. But yeah.
Oh well.
So where the wheel of the ship is are there rooms and stuff underneath it?
There seems to be like a cargo hold beneath the top of the ship. Something like that.
Well, what I was curious about is like, is there like a captain's cabin or something underneath where the steering mechanism,
Yes.
the wheel of the ship is?
Yes, you would presume that there would be like a cabin beneath the steering mechanism.
And it's completely dark.
Yeah, there's steps that are sort of like. Oh, you mean on the top level?
Yeah,
No.
on the top level.
No. There's just sort of a top level and then a lower level.
Okay. So everything's below decks.
Everything seems to be below decks.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
You went shopping for a good portion of the day, so it's afternoon. The sun is drawing kind of low.
Okay.
What
The
direction
sun's-
is? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The sun sets so early, you know, it's almost like there almost is no sun. What direction? What?
Oh, since my questions are resulting in so little, I was going to ask what direction the wind was coming from. So we
The west.
So we can see footprints though, sort of stamped out a bit. Oh,
Yeah.
on the-
Yeah, it's clear
Okay.
that it's clear that some sort of humanoids have been on and off the ferry. And things are relatively quiet. But you have caught an occasional voice on the wind.
I think I would like to sneak onto the ship to try to get closer to the cargo hold.
Okay, roll me stealth. Yeah, you're quite silently able to move onto the ship. You are fairly certain that, like, you are so quiet nobody could have heard your footfall as you step onto the deck of the ship. With that check, if you want to move up to the cargo hold, I will allow you to do that. You can peer down into it.
I will do so.
As you sort of creep closer to it, you can hear the voices of what sound like maybe 4 or 5 individuals speaking. It's in a language that you don't understand unless you have comprehend languages of sorts. But it's mostly like a series of like grunts and things. Like sounds like we would call it like some sort of barbarian sort of language, but you presume it's Dwergar, whatever that is, and they're kind of grunting at each other. And you also hear some faint, like growls of maybe some sort of animal. You don't see anything, as they seem to be just a little bit out of sight of where you're at. You do see a ladder that is attached to the cargo hold here, and as you've gotten closer, there are steps underneath this the bridge here where the wheel is that head downwards.
I'm going to sneak back to the rest of the group and let them know what I see.
Hey, roll stealth again.
Apparently I tripped and I fell.
Yeah, you make your way back there, but there is you make a little bit of a sound, and the grunting sort of like speech kind of comes to a bit of an abrupt halt, and you're still for a moment, and then it sort of resumes. And you've made your way back, but you're not certain that you're entirely undetected.
Okay. And I tell the rest of the group what I saw, and then also the 2 potential entry points to see if we want to formulate some kind of plan.
Yeah, ladder down to make it clear for everybody, entry points. There is a ladder underneath this grating. It's like there's a hatch that you can lift up, and there's a ladder that goes down, and then there are steps that are underneath the wheelhouse here. Like there's steps that go up, and then underneath them are steps that go down. Does that make sense? So what does the crew think about their approach here? Harkus is spoiling for a fight. So is Harkus just like caressing his sword, like ready to like do slaughter?
Yeah, basically. I've got my long sword of life stealing out, and I'm just ready to go.
So my question for Harkus is, how long does Harkus tolerate the like, let's plan a sneaky entry before
Well,
Harkus just like
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins
Yeah,
it and charges in?
I mean, Harkus only had a perception of 5, so he doesn't know that anything is even up there right now. He's
Well,
waiting-
you've been
he's
told.
waiting. So
You've been told now by Yatara. That's why Yatara sacrificed the like. He's been noticed maybe a little bit to come back and tell you.
okay, then I'm sort of pushing my way up onto the boat.
5 or 6 enemies, maybe some sort of animal creature with them.
I'm just and as I'm going up, I'm just going to say something like, "Sounds like a fair fight."
So you just say this out loud.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fair fight. And charge up onto the boat deck.
Yes.
Okay. Yatara sneaks back down and says, 5 or 6 enemies, maybe some sort of animal things. And Hargus says, sounds like a fair fight, and charges up onto the boat deck.
And I'm going to assume that Cadillac, even though he's not here, is coming with me, because Cadillac seems like somebody who is going to be willing to come with me.
Oh yeah, let's get to it.
Okay, hold on. Let me get some music here for you all as this is beginning. As Harkus steps up onto the boat, saying, sounds like a fair fight. You hear the sounds of what sounds like maybe some clamor happening below decks. You two charge up onto the boat deck. What is everyone else doing? Toot, Leonard's not active right now.
So
Toot, Ordella, Yatara, what are y'all doing as these two have sort of
Can I-
Leroy Jenkins up?
Well,
Can I tell where
I'm
the-
not missing out too. I can't let Harkus outdo me.
Yeah, I'm at least gonna come on the boat. I'm not gonna charge necessarily farther than that.
So what I'm wondering is, assuming this boat is laid out like every other boat that I've ever seen, the sort of opening to underneath is down here.
Yes.
So I'm going to
There is also a ladder that is under this grate that can be lifted up. So like you can lift that like a hatch and then just like jump down.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over here and sort of stand to the side of the door and hope that as they come out that I can sort of surprise them.
Okay. So you run over. There are steps that head down underneath here. There's there's like a door and then steps. So you're sort of like gearing up to like surprise on the way down.
Well, I assume that they're going to climb the stairs and open the door and come out. What I would like to be is the welcoming committee when they open that door.
Okay. Granite Guts, what are you doing?
I think that I will run here and attempt to quickly haul up that ladder.
So you're going to go down there and try to pull the ladder up.
Yes, and hopefully I don't pull up under Garwin.
Okay, make me a strength check as you throw that open and do that.
Okay. Oh no, that was a save throw. Sorry.
Yeah, roll that again.
Yeah. Can we go with the saving throw?
You throw it open, and you manage to knock the ladder over down into the cargo hold, trying to pull it up. You're not able to, like, have you ever tried to lift a ladder and pull it by one end by itself? Like, not grasping it at its center of gravity, but on the edge of it, and try to lift it? Not necessarily the easiest thing to do. And you manage to, like, get it, and then you drop it, and it falls down into the pit.
Making a hell of a racket, probably.
Making a absolute hell of a racket. If there was ever any doubt that there are things here, it is abundantly clear at this point. Yeah, so that's what you're doing.
I yelled down into the hold, by the way, surrender and prepare to be boarded.
Okay. All right. What is Ordella Even Spear doing? Elven Spear?
Wow. I'm shaking my head at all the noise. And I'm getting my super cool flying sword ready.
Okay.
In case something like jumps out of there, or I need to. Can I send it down there? Like, will it do that, or is it like somewhere where I can see?
It has to be within 30 feet of you.
So if I go there and like stand at the opening, will I be able to?
Well, let me look at the flying sword real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And it's the dancing sword, I think. Dancing sword.
Yeah, dancing sword.
Speak the command, hovers 30 feet. So you need to be able to, like, have a clear range to it.
Yeah. And
So
it says text one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it, so I can't see a creature.
Yeah, I guess so. You could do that. You could just send it down there and, like, try to
find something to hit.
It doesn't say you have to see it anywhere in the text.
It doesn't.
I think you're going to get disadvantage on the attack roll because you can't see it and you're still sort of commanding it. So yeah, you can run up to the hole. I'll draw you where the hole is that Granite Guts opened up, okay?
Okay.
The hole is, like, right here. Granite Guts opened a hole there. You can run up to it and then you're going to just try to attack anything within 30 feet of that.
Yeah, so I can send it down there, and it says it can
okay.
fly down there and attack one creature within 5 feet of it.
There is something within 30 feet. Make an attack roll at disadvantage.
Okay. It would have been great.
I'm putting a marker on the map for your sword. So give me just 1 sec. It's loading. A 10 does not hit.
Of course not.
Unfortunately. But
Does
you hear
it, like, come back automatically, I guess?
You can recall it after it's been done, after the 4th attack. It tries to return to your hand.
Okay.
So it's hovering around trying to attack things. You can return it using the command word whenever you choose. It's an action, though.
So it's just gonna, like, keep hovering until it attacks 4 times?
Three more attacks, and then it will try to return to your hand.
Okay. Guess I'll just let it keep hovering.
Yeah, and you can use a bonus action to make it fly, and same part of the bonus action is the attack, so that's your bonus action. Your action was to make it start hovering. Okay, since that has happened, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear the initiative tracker, and I'm going to have everybody roll initiative. Okay. Up first in the order is now Ordella. Ordella, you heard the clanging. Nobody has come running out of this area yet. What are you going to do, Ordella?
I guess let my sword swing again since it's still down there.
Okay, that's a bonus action. Are you going to do anything with your action?
Oh. Okay, let's see.
You
And
have
I can't
movements
see
and
anything
action.
down there.
Down in the pit, you see a bottom of the pit, and you hear your sword clanging around.
Okay.
You could certainly jump down in there.
Yeah, I could, but that would not be wise. Is that the only place we hear noise?
Down in
there?
the cargo
Nothing.
hold, yes.
Okay. All right. No, I'm not jumping down there. Not yet.
Okay.
Swing that. Still a disadvantage.
Yes, disadvantage, please. 16 hits.
Yay. Hang on. It gives me 2 options for slashing. One's 1d8 plus 4, one's 1d10 plus 4.
The sword is going to be a one-handed sword.
Yeah, but it's saying 1d10 plus 4 or 1d8 plus 4?
1d8.
Okay.
The d10 is for using 2 hands.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So you did 7 damage. Not bad for not being able to see what you did. You heard
I know, right?
you heard a slice and a toot. You're
I
up.
killed a rat.
All right. I'm gonna move up some, but can I hold my action? And the trigger would be when this door opens. I have a range on Fairy Fire of 60 feet. I'd like to cast it just inside the door with the square going back farther, as if to the front of
Okay.
or the back of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yatara, you're up.
I'm gonna move up as well. I'm gonna move kind of behind Ordella. I mean, I'm gonna peer over again. I mean, can I see anything yet?
Are you sticking your whole head down in the hole, or are you just looking straight down?
Just peering straight down.
What you see is just the bottom of a ship, and you hear the sounds of a sword clanging and grunting, but you don't see any figures immediately below the pit yet.
Do I see anything that
If you stick your head down in there to like look down in there, you can see the whole shooting match.
I don't want to stick my squishy head down there. Is there anything on the ship besides the ship itself that looks flammable that they might have stored anywhere?
On the top of the ship,
Yeah.
you don't see anything on the surface of the ship.
Okay.
That is a very good question.
I am going to
Roll perception.
There's just like gunpowder or
No,
something in the
no. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, nothing.
All right, what you doing?
I'm actually going to send in the hole just a shower of sparks, just to see if I see anything.
Okay. As you do that, prestidigitate a shower of sparks. You catch the shadow outline of large creatures. Humanoid, but big. All right. Harkus, what are you doing? Nothing has come charging out of that door yet.
Has anyone mentioned what they've seen down below?
I don't know. Yatara, would you say they're big creatures? Or would you... What would you do, Yatara, with what you saw?
Yeah, I think I'll just yell what I just saw.
Something big's down there.
How many and about what size?
So I'm going to move I guess
Are-
here next to Granite Guts.
Mhm.
And then I will use my Breath of a Dragon to blow fire down into the pit.
Okay.
In a
Is that a
20-foot
saving?
cone.
Okay, can you on this thing show me the direction that it's going? Draw it for me.
So I'm basically going to blow from here. And then
So you're gonna have to like stick your head down in there to take a look.
hold on, I'm trying to draw a line. Okay. Well, maybe it'll work. It hates me.
All right. Are you doing something
Okay.
like? Are you doing something like this?
Yeah, it's basically just so basically.
And it's 20 feet.
Yes, 20-foot cone.
So it gets about that actual far.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a little saving throw that has to get made
Yeah,
here.
here, I'll put it in the thing.
Okay. So dexterity saving throw. I'm going to give you this is just maybe just on the edge of it, and it's going to get advantage on the dex save. 14. Does that win? Depends on what your key save is.
Where's that? Let me see. DC 13.
Okay, so it saves.
Okay.
Takes half damage, I assume?
Yeah.
All right. So you hear like a "Urgh" happen.
Does clothes catch on fire or anything?
You stick your head down in there and find out.
All right, fair enough.
All y'all afraid of getting your heads chopped off.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
We don't want to make new characters tonight.
You hear rustling happening and clanging with this flying sword. All of a sudden, the ladder sort of flies back up against the opening where you're at, but you just sort of see a ladder like clang up against it. And Granite Guts, you're up.
I run up beside this hatchway and I take my foot and I try to kick it right back down.
Okay. All right. You're just gonna kick the ladder back down?
Yeah.
All right. Make me a strength check, I guess. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the ladder buckles and falls back down too. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say if I need to, I can do guidance as a reaction, since it would be to a fail, but I don't. It doesn't sound like he failed, so. never mind.
He didn't fail. I think he's passed.
Yep.
As a bonus action, I yell down into the hold, I can do this all day.
They might be cool with that. Like, I don't know, man. They have a defensible position they've set up.
We're just gonna keep pumping napalm down there. It's
So you're gonna so you're gonna siege them, I guess, is your plan. Okay. Ordella, you're up.
Okay.
This is a game of see how long it takes before Harkus gets tired of it and jumps down
I
in the
know,
hole.
right? It's like one of us is just gonna get tired of it and it's like, you know
The
what?
answer
I'm
is
jumping.
about one more round.
That's something. It's like one of these times I'm just gonna like swing this and then jump down there. I'd like to hit a couple more things first.
Well, there's another entrance. I mean, you could just go down the stairs.
So they're just gonna sneak it behind us.
Okay.
And they're like, what are you guys doing? We've been out of there for like 20 minutes.
Oh, they're doing something. Ordella, what are you doing?
Sword again.
Disadvantage, please.
Ah, Yeah.
You
let me-
can't see what you're swinging at. That's a miss. That's number 3.
Poopies. Okay.
Are you going to do anything with your action? Or
I'm going to
movement?
take this barrel right here and toss it down there and try to hit something.
So you're just kicking a barrel down in.
Yeah, out of frustration.
Okay, when you do that, fine powder does pour out of the barrel onto the ground. Toot,
Time to
you're up.
cast Fireball.
Okay.
You don't know what it is. Just know it's a powder.
All right. I think I'm gonna run up to here. And
Okay.
I think the only two that I can physically reach are Ordella and Granite Guts. So I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna put my hand on both of them, and I'm going to cast invisibility.
Oh.
Okay.
So you're invisible until you attack or cast a spell. And as I'm doing that, I say, how did the doctor cure the invisible man?
Mm-hmm.
By taking him to the ICU.
As Toot is doing that, I need all of you to roll perception checks with disadvantage, please.
Oh,
8
wow.
for Adela, 6 for Granite Guts, 6 for Harkus. Okay, everybody's failed. 12 for Toot. 8. 6 for Yatara. Yep. We have a round robin failure.
We're just getting so mad at this hole in the ground. We don't pay
Yatara,
attention to the guys walking up behind us.
Yatara, you're up.
So can I not
Who's invisible now?
Me and
Granite
Granite
Guts. Yeah. They're the two I could reach.
Granite Guts is invisible. I'm going to put an invisible tag on you. Something that says invisible. And Ordella, you're invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yatara, you're up.
And I'm assuming I can't tell what the powder is.
No, from where you're at. You just saw the barrel burst down in there and like a powder came out. Could be flour.
That'd still be good.
Mm-hmm. Light a match and see what happens.
Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna shoot a fireball down there.
All right, you're casting fireball down there.
I start making my way off the boat.
All right.
Okay. That is something that has definitely happened.
All right, I'm gonna call
So
my
you're
sword back.
You're centering the radius. Yeah, too late for that.
Oh well.
Centering the radius where? Like right in the center on that powder, like right here?
No, I think I would shoot it back a little bit.
Which direction? Towards the wheelhouse or towards the
West.
Towards west? Got it.
Because
Okay.
I believe the room to be centered on this grate, so I would try to shoot it in the center of the room.
All right, so you're sending it like over here.
Yeah.
All right, show me where you're centering. It's 20-foot radius, right?
Yeah. About there.
I just want to make sure it's 20-foot radius, I think. Yep, 20-foot radius. Okie dokie, karaoke.
Man, if I lose this sword, I'm gonna be so mad.
All right. A tremendous explosion erupts. What's the saving throw for it? It is dexterity saving throw DC of what? What's your spell save DC?
Does it have one?
Your character has a spell save DC.
Um,
So it's like your. I can tell you what it is real fast. The wizard's spell save DC is 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which is 3 plus your intelligence modifier. So what's your int modifier for Yatara?
+4.
So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's like DC 15. Then. 2 failures. Roll the damage.
Is that just a D20?
No, the fireball damage is 8d6.
Shit. Mhm. Is that not going? Wait.
It's 8 of them. If you use the advanced dice roller, like you can go over here and click advanced dice roller, and you can select 8d6 total. You can roll it like that. You don't have to roll them all individually.
Got it.
You're at 13. Keep rolling them that way.
However you want to do it.
Well, that's not working for some reason. Or
Do you want me to re-roll it? I can re-roll.
yeah, go ahead and re-roll it.
All right, I'm going to advance dice roll 8d6. Total is 34. That's pretty good.
Yes.
All right. You hear just there's a tremendous kaboom. And then flames erupt from down in the hole. As there is fire surrounding things happening down here. And the powdery substance, whatever it is, appears to be burning. And the ship is quite clearly ablaze now and on fire. Oh boy. Harkus, you're up.
Harkus is not quite sure what to make out of this because he feels like whatever things might have been useful down there are now on fire.
You don't really know how extensive the fire is right now.
Only one way to find out is to jump down there and start scavenging. Don't do that.
I feel like at this point I'm going to move back over toward my door and sort of ready in action, in case they come out of this door.
Okay. Harkus, as you do that, give me a perception check, disadvantage, please. Sorry. 14 won't do it. Okay. As you're standing there, staring down into the pit, appearing directly next to Toot and I would say Yatara are two very large creatures that were invisible that came out of said door, and one of them
I thought
has.
the door was closed.
You all didn't notice it. You group failed perception checks.
Oh my god.
Sweet Jesus.
Toot was telling some
They've been
jokes.
standing there this whole time wondering what we're doing.
No, not this whole time, but they came up invisible while Toot was telling some jokes. The two of them are going to. One of them is going to strike at Toot with a war pick, and does a 21 hit you, Toot? As this is a completely surprised attack.
It does.
So you're going to take 14 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say he no longer has any advantage on you. So does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. 14 more piercing. And you are, by the force of this blow, you are thrown down into the pit. As he just comes up with a pick behind you and just wham! He just whacks you twice and knocks Toot down into the bottom of the pit. And Toot, you find yourself here.
Okay.
There are 2 other Dwergar that appear relatively badly injured. There is a fire that is broken out on the ground. Toot, you are prone now.
Okay.
And a magical sword is clanging against one of them, sort of. Yatara, the other one, is going to strike at you with a war pick. 21 with advantage on this attack for 14 piercing. And it's going to do it again. 21 again for 10 piercing.
So Cadillac and Ordella become visible again.
They're invisible. They didn't see this.
No. They become visible because of the damage that I took. I lost concentration.
Oh no.
Oh. Bummer.
So all of a sudden you 2 appears. And Yatara, you are knocked down into the pit. Or actually, you know, Toot, I should have given you a chance to save. Toot, make me a dexterity save to not be knocked down into the pit. Nope. Bye, Toot. Yatara, give me a dexterity save to not be knocked down into the pit. Yatara, you managed to keep your balance even after being war-picked for 24 damage and not fall down into said pit. Something happens. Toot, you see one of the Dwergar that has been blasted by the fireball stand up in his enlarged state. You hear low growling coming from around the edges over by where the staircases were. And he doesn't make any moves at you, though. Granite Guts, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to engage the Durger closest to me, and I'm going to ignite the head of Dust Crusher. And let me see, do I have a bonus action spell? Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and invoke Divine Favor.
Okay.
And then swing at him with Dust Crusher here. So do that.
12 is not a hit. Does Divine Favor grant you
Divine Favor grants me an extra D4 upon hit. So I'm gonna go ahead and swing again.
Okay. That'll do it.
Bam! Bam, and bam, and bam.
16 plus 9 radiant. Or how much is the radiant damage now? It's alright. From the Divine Favor, yeah, he looks brutalized. That took a real big chunk out of him. Ordella, you're up.
I'm going to try to recall my beautiful sword if it's still intact.
Yeah, it recalls back into your hand.
Yay. All right, and that's a action or bonus action?
We'll call it a bonus action.
Okay. I am then going to take my great axe and attack the guy in front of me.
Okay.
Please.
Hits.
Yes.
This is the same one that Granite Guts hit, and he looks bad now.
Good. Good. I'm
he's
gonna
sort of
back up to where Harkus is.
Yeah. He's sort of stammering around. Toot, what are you doing?
So first things first, I'm gonna chug a healing potion with a bonus action.
Okay.
So yeah. And then with my action, I will stand up and I think I'm gonna upcast Shatter right between the two Dwergar that just got hit with a fireball.
Okay.
It's a con save.
Con saves.
Yep.
Con. 3 and a 13. Both fail.
Okay, yeah, both fail. They take 15 damage and are, I think, knocked prone.
Both of them drop down unconscious and dead.
Okay, great. So half my movement was to stand up, the other half is to move the opposite direction of whatever the hell's over here.
Yeah, you see an older looking Dwergar who has there are two creatures standing with him that appear sort of reptilian looking, and they have chains around their necks and are chained and they're being held. Yatara, you're up.
Yeah, so the one that Dwergar that's looking pretty rough, I'm gonna hurl.
That'd be this one.
Yes, I'm gonna hurl a magic missile at him.
Okay.
And then if he drops, I'm gonna do the rest to the other one.
Okay. The one magic missile doesn't drop him. He's looking rough, but he's not like 4 hit points rough. Still not dead, but looking worse. Now we're looking like single-digit hit points bad. 5. He drops down onto a knee. He's not dead, but he's like, 3. He's definitely, he's down, not out yet, but like if we were to put it in game mechanics, it's like 1 hit point kind of thing here. Looks real deadish. Harkus, you're by the door. These guys snuck around you somehow while you were listening to Toot tell knock jokes.
So this is the one that looks bad?
This
Or
is
is it that one? Okay.
He's down on a knee, actually, after Yatara just pummeled him with magic missiles.
All right. Well, I'm going to walk up to him and I'm going to swing my Life Stealer at him.
Okay. That is a miss.
And then I will swing it at him again.
Okay. That's a hit. That drops him.
And then
You can hear the sword speaking to you, and it says, "Yes, kill him."
And then I will take my bonus action for flurry of blows against this guy.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
It's not going to hit. You get another flurry.
It danced on the crit.
Oh, it danced on the crit and fell off.
Oh.
12 is also a miss.
Okay.
Toot, as you're down on the ground, the older looking Dwergar that had near the two sort of chained creatures steps up towards you. And he looks over at you and he says, "You're too late. Father's will be done." And he raises some sort of like amulet thing in front of you, like some sort of like charm or something like that. And I need you to make me a hang on. It is a wisdom saving throw, please. Okay, Toot, that is not going to do it. And you, Toot, feel like... I don't know how to describe it. You feel like a wave of like evil, like overcome you. And you just feel generally like worse at everything. But nothing has happened to you. But you feel cursed. As like a curse seems to have been bestowed upon you.
Okay.
And yeah, go ahead.
No, I just said okay.
Okay. And then he drops the chains of the two creatures that are sort of with this individual. And they sort of move in your general direction. And roll initiatives. And Granite Guts, you're up.
All right, I'm going to advance on this guy right here, and then I am going to swing at him with yeah, I'm going to swing at him with Dust Crusher. And so attack number 1.
Okay, that is a hit. And that does 15, hang on, plus 1. You're rolling, okay, 15, 16. Okay.
And then second attack.
Okay. Oh, that'll hit. And are you doing this one-handed or two-handed? I gave you the one-handed damage because it was higher, but for consistency's sake.
Yeah, we'll say one-handed for consistency's sake.
Okay. So that's 10. He's not undead, so you get 10 plus 4, 14. Yeah, he looks bad as the light sort of like blasts around him from this flaming like hammer that you're holding.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield of Faith to give myself a +2 to AC when and if I actually get hit.
Okay. All right, 1 second here real quick. Ordella, you're up.
Okay.
You're over by the door, Ordella?
Yeah.
Are you going down?
Yeah, I think since they got this guy under control, I'm gonna go down there with
Toot.
Toot and check on him.
Now, are you going down the door and down the steps, or are you jumping down the pit?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I'll go down the door and down steps.
Okay, as you go down the door and down the steps, you see the older Dwergar man, who is still smally sized, standing next to two creatures that are bechained. But as you move towards him, right before you do so, no, not so simple. Right before you do so, appearing right next to you is a biggie-sized creature who's going to take a swing at you.
Of course.
20 to hit.
Yes.
Does 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
And 6 to hit is a miss.
Yeah.
So he got that surprise attack on you. It's your turn. He has sort of like was there at the steps awaiting like a descent. Yeah, that'll hit him.
Good. Made me angry. Hopefully I hit him good. No.
Pretty good. It does
Wait, don't I get like 2 attacks?
You do. That's also hit. That's a good bit more damage.
Yay.
He looks much, much worse off.
Awesome.
One of the creatures that was sort of released from the from the throes of the chains looks over at you, Toot, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, please.
Oh.
Okay. Toot, you feel yourself unable to move. And you are, you notice that your feet are starting to become hardened like rocks to the floorboards itself. You're unable to move and can't like avert your eyes from this thing. It's your turn, Toot.
Oop, I just can't move my feet.
You're
period.
restrained. You can't move anything. You're like unable to move. Toot, you can repeat the saving throw at the end of your next turn. Let me get the restrained condition to be sure I'm doing this right. Okay, the restrained condition, your speed is 0. You can't benefit from any bonuses to your speed. Creatures against you have advantage. So attack rolls against you have advantage. You have disadvantage on dex saves. So you can still do things. You just can't move.
Okay. Do I recognize this creature?
Roll nature, I guess.
What I really want to know is how smart do I think they are?
It seems to be trained. Not very smart. It looks like a lizard dog.
Okay.
It's definitely a monstrosity of some sort.
But
It's
I can
got,
cast
like,
a spell, right?
You don't think it would talk. It's not talky, but you could cast a spell.
Okay. Can I cast invisibility on myself?
You sure can. Okay, you turn invisible too. You may repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn.
Which saving throw?
Constitution, disadvantage. Toot. You turn invisible. And Toot, you find that your body begins to harden. And Toot, you are entirely turned into stone. With 2 critical fails. You are petrified. You are a statue. You are made out of pure rock.
Finally, the North has recognized my many talents and have, decided to create a statue in my name.
The fire on the ship is beginning to get larger as now the area is sort of like becoming more and more encased in flame, and you're starting to see water making its way into the ship area. Yatara, you're up.
There's one right in front of me. He's not looking so good, is he?
No. Looking bad.
I'm gonna just hit him with magic missile.
Okay. Pop, 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 pop. It's not pulling up his hit points for whatever reason. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't know why it's not giving me... There it goes. Finally. He looks terrible now. He still has some hit points. He ain't dead, but he looks terrible. The other creature, Ordella, you're engaged with this thing, so it comes up behind you and is going to try to bite at you.
Ah,
Does a 13 hit you?
no,
Yeah,
does
so
not.
so yeah. Harkus, you're up.
All right, I'm going to swing at the guy right here. With my lovely, lovely sword. Ugh.
That's a miss. Harkus, you do notice that the flames are growing larger on the ship now. And the ferry is beginning to list a bit
Okay.
as the flames are growing larger.
Does the 15 hit him?
No.
All right, I'm going to flurry of blows him again. Come on. Oh,
Miss.
this is terrible.
It is Darth's turn, and he just laughs and points for his other creature to come and attack Ordella. Granite Guts, you're up.
All right. I am going to take a swing here. There we go.
19 is a hit.
Okay.
This drops him.
Sweet. You
You still have movement and second attack.
I am. How far down into the hold is it from this opening?
It's not a super high drop, but the flames are now. I really should draw it more like coming out here.
Yeah.
Yatara is feeling a bit toasty.
Yeah. So Toot's still down there with his friends, right?
Yep. You don't know what's happening to any of them. Toot is now turned totally to stone.
Okay. I'm going to jump down into the hold.
All right. You jump down into the hold, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, make me a Dex save and a Con save, both.
Con, and then Dex.
All right, you managed to stay on your feet.
Yes.
And you managed to not take any damage from the fire that's burning around you.
Okay.
You see Toot. The entire ship is beginning to list fairly heavily now, and while you're down there, something unexpected happens. I need everybody actually to make me dexterity saving throws.
Oh.
Me too.
You too, again.
Ooh.
All right, anybody who rolled under a 10 passes. So this is Granite Guts and Harkus. You both fall prone as two of the barrels that are down here explode and massive amounts of flames erupt from, we're going to say this portion of the ship over here. And fire is starting to now lick its way out from around the top of the ship, visible to Harkus and Yatara, and the whole ferry is now listing really heavily towards the port side. Water is beginning to gush into the bottom of said ferry. Granite Guts, you're prone, and Harkus, you're prone. Ordella, you're up. You managed to keep your footing as you are being bitten at by a creature and engaged with a large Dwergar thing.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the Dwergar again.
Movement is going to be difficult terrain because the whole ferry is listing to the side.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the Dwergar again.
Okay. That's a miss.
Okay. Can I hit the lizard guy behind me too?
Mm-hmm. When you turn to hit the lizard, how do you look at him?
No.
Looking at it?
Not really. I'm just kind of like swinging as I go behind me.
Okay, so make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, you pass. You don't feel... You feel it trying to stare at you, and you catch its eyes, and you feel yourself, like, starting to get petrified, but you shake it off, and you can make your attack roll at him. Oh, was
Another
it a 10?
attack roll?
No, I guess your second was a 10. Yeah, that's a miss. Wait, no, hang on. Yeah, that's a miss.
Okay.
Doesn't
Yeah,
break its hide.
I wasn't looking. I was just swinging.
Okay. The other one is going to move towards old Granite Guts. Granite Guts, you see it coming. You're going to make a con save for me, please.
Right.
Granite Guts, you feel yourself starting to become petrified a bit.
Oh, no.
And it's going to bite you. Does a 13 hit you?
It does not.
No. 2, you're a statue, so no turn for you. Yatara, you're up.
Since I am on fire or getting very
You're
low,
not on fire, you're just sort of being licked by flames. They're just coming up. It's toasty as they're coming up that hold.
I'm going to attempt to drop down so I can save or attempt to help save some of the rest of the team.
Okay. Are you dropping down into the cargo hold?
Yeah.
Okay. You fall
This is
down
how
in
we
here.
all die.
You fall down in here next to this creature that is staring at Granite Guts, and Granite Guts is feeling kind of petrificated. What do you do?
That
It's looking at Granite Guts.
Look at me. Hit it with hypnotic pattern. Can I reach it? Yeah, I can reach it.
You're right next to it.
Yep.
Hypnotic pattern.
That sounds cool.
$30-foot cubit. Wisdom saving thrower becomes charmed. Okay. Yeah, it fails. It's not wise at all. It is charmed by you. Granite Guts, you feel less tied down by it. The other one bites at Ordella in the butt. 17 to hit you.
Yeah. Weird.
It does 8 piercing damage and 7 poison damage.
Okay.
Harkus, you're up.
Okay.
You're prone on the ground. You
So
have half your movement.
yeah, so I guess the first thing is I'll sort of use half of it to get up.
Yep.
And then let's see. I've got 40 feet, so 5. Okay. So I can still get to here. Is this going to get me down there into it enough?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go down the stairs and down into where everybody else is.
All right. Which steps are you going down? The far ones? Yeah, you make your way down that steps, and you see who you assume is Dearth, the older man, standing there watching the scene go on. You see a large Dwergar and one of these lizard-like creatures biting at Ordella. You see Granite Guts and Yatara next to one that looks very confused.
And then what I will do is this is the old guy.
Yeah.
I am going to use my Breath of a Dragon on him and spit acid at him.
Okay.
So DC 13 deck save.
He fails. All right, so he takes 5, and he lets out a.
And then can I shoot my short bow at him with the second attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Come on.
16 is a hit. All right, 9 piercing. He is up. And I'm trying to see what this is. Okay. He looks at you and he's holding this like amulet thing that he had previously pointed it to, but you don't know about. And he touches his forehead and he something stabs you like in your brain. This 18 hits you. I
Oh,
see.
sure. Oh, sure.
This does 1 piercing damage with you as it actually physically hits you, but you take 15 psychic damage as you feel like a stabbing sensation inside of your brain, as he seems to have hit you with some sort of psionic attack.
Okay.
Cadillac Granite Guts, you're up. The thing that seemed to hit you is is weirdly charmed by Yatara. You can't move, but you could still act. You could swing at it if you want.
That'll probably disrupt the charm,
Might.
but
Your attack rolls will have disadvantage.
because of my cursedness,
Yeah, because you're sort of getting stiff.
He doesn't look zombie-like, does he?
No,
Or otherwise undead.
no. You roll me insight.
There we go.
Animal. Something to do with its eyes is how it did it to you. The 7. That's all you get, though. It looked at you. It's something to do with it looking at you and you looking at it. You do recall, like, the tale of, like, Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all you know.
Lord. Okay, well, I mean, I get attacking is probably my best option here,
Okay. Roll me an attack roll disadvantage.
unless, yeah, no, it just is.
You can make the con save at the end of your turn. If you want to just end your turn and make a Constitution save, you can do that.
I'll attack.
Okay. Give me the attack roll. 21 hits. Does 16 damage. Give me the extra radiant.
Oh, and I am going to channel divinity
Uh-huh. Are you
In-
smiting?
into yes, divine smite.
Okay. What level smite are you hitting it with?
Second.
Okay. Do it. Roll it.
Okay, and so that's okay. So first of all, there's the D4, and then now here is the when you hit the damage, you can expend 1 spell slot plus for each damage for so that would be 3d8.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Not
Wait,
100%.
no, that's not right. Is that
You
right?
can you can expend 1 spell.
Yeah.
It's 2d8 for the first level and 1d8 for each
Did
additional
I
level.
just
So
roll
if
3 ones?
you didn't roll that right. No, you did not roll that right. Use the advanced dice roller rather than putting it in on your own.
There we go.
Yeah, you didn't program that right. It just gave 3, like straight up 3. 19. Okay, make me the con save.
Okay.
You have advantage. Constitution save with advantage.
Right.
You pass. You didn't even need the advantage. You shake off the petrification,
Yes.
and you've realized that, like, it has something to do with looking at it. Ordella, you're up.
Okay. I'm still in this awful sandwich.
Yep, you're in a sandwich of shit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to, I guess, hit this lizard guy behind me.
Okay. Hits.
Sweet. Where am I? There.
Are you looking at him when you're hitting him, or are you trying to avert your eyes?
I'm averting my eyes.
So roll me that with disadvantage, since you're going to avert your eyes.
I mean, he's still like standing right there.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll roll
Are
it
you
again.
swinging at him blindly?
All right.
Okay, the 18 hits, does 10 slashing damage to him.
Okay.
Are you swinging second attack at him, or are you going after the Dwergar next to you?
I guess second attack at him, since I see what they're doing to everybody else.
Okay.
Sweet.
One more, please, for disadvantage.
Even though I just got him.
She just hit him. It seems like she knows where
I
he
guess
is.
he would have jumped out of the way. Then I would get an opportunity attack.
Yes, one more, please.
Okay.
Okay, hits.
Okay.
Stupid lizard.
This drops him.
Yay.
Okay. The other one is up. And the other one is going to try to bite at Yatara.
I
18
thought
hit-
he was going to come over here. It's like, all right, well, I'll turn you to stone since you downed him.
18 to hit Yatara. Does 11 piercing and 4 poison damage.
Isn't he charmed?
Oh, he is still charmed. That's right. How long does that last for? He took damage. Does he get to resave when taking damage? Hypnotic
Yeah.
pattern.
Any damage?
Any damage. So he took damage, so he gets to resave a wisdom save. He failed his wisdom save. So Granny hit him twice. Yeah, he just sort of stares there, and it's you are still a block of stone. Something else happens is Toot's turn rolls around. The fire spreads, and another one of those barrels just explodes in flame. And now the ship is really beginning to take on water, and the statue that is Toot rolls down towards the bottom of the ship.
No!
Underneath the portion of the ship that is starting to take on water. And you see the statue of Toot disappear beneath the water that is taken on in the ship. Yatara, you're up.
Yes, I'm going to hit the old man with magic missile.
As water. Okay. Okay, he's looks definitely bad for the wear, but he's not out. Any movement or anything?
Yeah, since this is getting close, I'm going to move slightly closer to the stairs over here.
Oh, and did the creature get to take another wisdom save at its turn? I assume it did. So it rolls a 10. I assume a 10 still fails. So the basilisk is still charmed.
Okay.
How long does that last for? Hypnotic pattern. 1 minute. Okay. All right. Harkus, you're up.
All right. I'm going to move up on the old guy, and I'm going to swing my kill you sword.
Okay. Okay. As you run up on him, he raises his hand up, and you need to make an intelligence save. As you do that, you turn and you swing with that sort of life ceiling with a score of 20 at Yatara instead, as your mind is like compelled to swing the other direction. And 20 hits Yatara. Roll the damage. For 11 damage to Yatara, and he laughs at you as he used his sort of like legendary ability.
I'm down.
Yatara drops. You regain your second attack and everything. You can come back and punch him now.
All right. Now I'm really pissed off.
That hits him. This drops him unconscious. He is down unconscious. It is his turn.
Are we like unconscious, dead unconscious, or unconscious like?
Making death saving throws. He's a boss, so I'm making him make death saves. So
well, then can I use my flurry of blows and just punch on him some more?
Yeah. Are you trying to like kill him?
Yes, I'm really mad right now. So
okay, you're just trying to end him.
Yes.
Okay.
Let the rage flow through you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Roll me an attack with advantage.
Blows. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, you have advantage. Okay, so you miss. Do your second one.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Yep. So that's 2 failed death saves. Basically. Any damage is a crit is 2 failed death saves. He's not dead, but he's failed twice. Kelly Granaguts, you're up. You can move.
So, a matter of quick jurisprudence here. I did not get my second attack last turn.
Sure, you can take it.
So can I? Yeah, can I go ahead and take that? Yeah, sorry. With all the excitement over the divine smite, I didn't realize it.
I'm gonna make you take it like you were petrified still, so disadvantaged.
That's fair. That is abundantly fair. So let's see if I can make this stick.
14 does not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think it did. Okay, so I am going to so technically the divine smite is different from the channeling divinity, and so I'm gonna go ahead and channel divinity, and then but
you trying to lay on hands on Yatara, or
no,
are you gonna attack this thing?
No. I'm gonna make myself stronger, not help somebody else. So I'm going to make my already OP weapon even more better. So Dust Crusher is now my sacred weapon, which gives it a +1.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit this basilisk now.
Okay.
For all the tea in China.
Okay. That is a hit.
Okay, so that'll be +5.
This kills it. It's dropped.
About friggin' time. And where'd Toot go?
You can't see Toot anymore. There is water filling up. There's water filling up the ship, and the statue that is Toot is not visible to you. The ship is now listing nearly sideways.
How is the guy that Ordella is fighting? How is he looking?
He looks pretty decent.
Oh no. Okay. He doesn't need to look decent.
You see Harkus like waylaying on the older Dwergar.
Okay, so I can make it to this Dwergar.
Yep.
With Ordella, and then I'm going to use my second attack with Dust Crusher.
Okay. That's a hit. That's 17. Ooh. Plus your Channel Divinity. Okay.
And that's going to be 5.
All right. He's going to strike at you with his War Pick. 21.
Yes, that does hit.
Does 8 piercing. I assume 13 doesn't hit.
It does not. So you said that was how much piercing? 8. 8.
Odella, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this guy in front of me again. Great axe. Here's hoping.
That is a hit.
Yay. That and then hit him again.
Okay.
Yay.
That is a hit.
I'm angry.
Okay, he looks pretty bad.
Good.
As it comes around to be Toot's turn, something happens. More barrels of white powder explode. And the ship is now entirely engulfed in flames. Water is pouring into the ship at this point, and I have set a countdown timer as the ship begins to sink beneath the waves. A countdown timer of rounds has been set before the ship is entirely sunk, and all of you are sunk into the icy waters of the loch. Yatara, make me a death save, please. Pass. Yatara steps one step closer to consciousness, further away from death. Harkus, the creature that you're waylaying on, is still breathing.
Okay.
Are you stopping that from happening?
Yeah, I'm just going to take my bonus action first.
Okay.
And let's see here. And flurry of blows him one more time.
Okay. He stops breathing.
Okay. And then I'm going to move over here and take my 2 life-stealing sword actions.
Okay. Okay, that is a hit for that one. 5. Okay.
Oh,
Still.
come on.
And the 7 is a miss.
So I'd said flurry of blows before. Do I get to smack him once for the second of the flurry of blows? The guy died on me.
No, alas, the flurry is like you're flurrying at something.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Water is pouring into the ship now. It is dangerously apparent that perhaps within this round the ship is going to go down and everybody is going to be sunk. Granite Guts, you're up. You feel like you have short minutes before the ship is underwater.
And how is the Dwargar looking now?
Injured.
Injured.
Hurt. Definitely hurt.
Okay. And Harkus.
Is waylaying on a dead body and then came over and smacked him a couple times.
And
Yatara,
Harkus
Harkus and Yatara looks dead on the ground.
Harkus is looking pretty healthy.
Harkus, you looking healthy?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm gonna attempt to disengage.
You can do that.
Will I provoke an attack?
Not if you disengage. If you take the action to disengage, there's no opportunity attacks.
Do I still have my movement?
Yes, of course, and bonus actions.
Okay. Then I am going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This is as far as I can go, but I'm going to start swimming in this direction to try to retrieve.
It is difficult terrain. You can only make halfway there. Your movement is cut in half, as that's difficult terrain.
I've got advantage on difficult terrain.
Do you?
Yeah.
So you're not slowed by difficult terrain?
He's a dwarf.
Yeah, I'm a dwarf.
No, it has nothing.
Yeah, no. There's something. There's a reason.
You have a magic ability?
I thought you had something about.
Yeah, I've got something.
Okay. I'll grant you that you can get to where you're at.
I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, you're swimming.
I don't think I'm making this up, though.
Oh, I believe you.
Okay.
The water level is now up to like here. As the entire like half of the ship is basically now underwater. You guys are like fighting this Dwergar in water right now.
I was about to ask, like, where we are in the water.
No, it's like it's angling downwards, like the stern is up in the air, and the forepart is the bow. That's the right word. The bow is down, so it's kind of like the water is kind of like doing like this. So like Ordella, you're like on a steep incline in like knee-deep water, and the Dwergar and Harkus are like on a steep incline, like not in the water. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yatara is like starting to slide down into the water unconsciously. Okay, it is the Dwergar is up, and it's going to strike its pick at Harkus. Neither of those hit. Ordella, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to hit him again, hopefully.
Miss.
All right, again.
Miss.
Sweet Jesus.
Okay, Toot's turn. As Toot's turn goes off, the ship just explodes with another barrel of some sort of explosive powder substance ignited by a fireball. And it really starts to sink down. Yatara, make me a death save, please. Yatara, that's a fail. Your body slides down the ramp into the water. Your like head is almost going under. Harkus, you're up.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. Sorry, that was the wrong one.
15 is a oh, that's the Frostbrand.
Yeah.
We got Life Stealer. 15 is a miss. 8 is a miss.
And then I'm just gonna go to whaling.
Okay. Waylay him.
Oh, come on.
8 is a miss.
Oh my God.
7 is a miss.
Jesus.
Cadillac Granite Guts, you're swimming. Tell me when you feel like you've swam far enough, and you're gonna search for Toot wherever that's gonna be, and how far you feel like you can get. There is flame burning on the surface of the water that you're in right now, and the ship is starting to go under.
Okay, so a thought just occurred that before I get too far away from the dying Yatara, I'm going to circle back.
Okay.
This is probably a terrible idea,
You swim back.
but I'm going to swim back and lay hands on Yatara.
Okay.
And I am going to grant 10.
Yatara, you regain consciousness. And we'll have your turn when it comes around. That's going to take all of your movement to do that.
Yep.
The Dwergar is up, and he's going to war pick. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. He's going to war pick at Harkus. 18, I assume, hits for 9 piercing. Ordella, you're up.
All right, great axe again.
That is a miss. That is a hit.
Yay! Finally. Please be good.
This drops him.
Sweet
He is
Jesus!
dead.
Yay!
You don't see any other enemies. Toot's turn comes around again, and the boat once more explodes in just an absolute massive fireball. I am beginning a countdown timer now on my watch. It is clear to all of you that you have no other move except to escape as quickly as possible.
All right.
It is Yatara, your turn.
I guess I'm going to try to escape.
Okay. You are making. How are you making your escape? Running for the steps?
Yeah, up the steps.
All right. Yatara, you managed to make your way up the steps. As you make your way up the steps, you see the ship entirely engulfed in flame and exploding. And most of the ship is underwater with the exception of your portion that you were standing on. You think you may even have to leap off of the ship into the dock itself. Harkus, you're up.
I'm gonna go try and get Toot.
Okay. How are you doing it?
I am. So this is, I guess, this is water at this point.
Yes.
So
With flame on top of the water.
do I get? So I guess difficult terrain.
Yep.
I get half.
Yep.
If all I'm doing is this action, can you dash into difficult terrain to get full
Yeah.
move?
Sure, but then you're not going to be able to use your action to search and pull him out.
Well, I think if I don't dash, I'm not going to be able to get to him anyway. So
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, all I could get to is here anyway.
Okay.
Without dashing. So,
All right.
So I'm going to take a dash action, 5, 10, 15, 20, and then get to here.
Okay. You're in the water. Granite Guts, your turn's up.
Gosh. I can get slightly further than Harkus.
There's no reason for everybody to die.
Oh, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna turn into D&D sickles. Oh, do I try to help too? Oh God. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That's considerably further.
I don't know where he is. So
I shout to, oh God, I shout to Ordella, we'll see you topside. And then
No, I got a ring of swimming.
Well, that would have been helpful.
Yeah, I was looking. I'm like, wait, before anyone else jumps in. It says I have a swimming speed of 40 while wearing the ring.
holy shit!
Yeah, because I didn't get my movement on my last turn.
Holy shit! Oh well, can I just pop down there and get it, or do I have to wait for your turn?
I'll give you my ring. You're next to me if you want to hop down there, or I can go.
Okay, so I drop down here to pick up the ring of swimming.
All right,
Okay.
you got the ring of swimming on.
Okay, and then I swim all the places.
Okay, you swim out. You swim out there. Move to where you're going to swim to. You have 40 feet swim movement.
And if I take the dash,
You can get up to 80.
yeah,
So you can get all the way up to like here.
yeah, that's what 100%. That's what I do because I seem to recall that's about where he was anyway, or
So
where
you're
he had
gonna-
rolled the last time I saw him.
You're going to dash out to here somewhere. All right. Ordella, you're up now. What are you doing?
Is Yatara out already?
Yatara's out. Yatara got up to the surface, and we're just going to say Yatara has managed to leap off of the ship onto the docks and is sort of running away.
Okay, so the only ones left are Granite Guts.
Granite Guts and
Toot.
Harkus who's swimming there. We're going to say
Okay.
Leonard has made his way out as well, has escaped.
Okay,
Leonard
good.
has leapt off and
I
has
was like, wait, we're
escaped.
missing somebody. All right, then I am heading out since I no longer have a swimming speed.
All right, you're making a dash for the out.
Yes.
All right, you managed to get out and leap off of the boat.
Yes.
It is Toot's turn again. As the boat has swirled, as things have swirled around, the boat explodes in a massive explosion as water fills the entire thing, and it begins to sink beneath the waves. Harkus, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. All right, Harkus, you are pulled downwards, but you are able to sustain yourself as you find yourself under the water, now inside of the ship being pulled down. You're not drowning yet, but it's not a good position to be in. We're out of initiative order right now. Granite Guts, you're going to try to search for Toot. Make me a... I don't think this is investigation. I think it's survival. You are blinded. It's going to be disadvantaged. You're not blinded, but it's like you're under the water in this ship. Can't see anything. Yeah, I'm sorry, Granite Guts, with a 7. You can't find the statue of Toot. I need you to make a con save, please. Okay. Granite Guts, you also are not drowning. You have a swimming speed with the ring of swimming, but you feel the whole ship is now underwater and it is pulling you down. Harkus, you're not drowning yet. What do you do?
Do I happen to see Toot at all? Can I at least?
You can roll. You can roll survival, see if you can find him, or like perception, I guess, to see if you could see him under the water. They're both disadvantaged. Okay, 22 survival. You feel all around where you're at, and you get a really good feel of that end of the ship, and the statue of Toot is definitely not where you're at. You know that much. He's not near you.
I guess at this point, having seen Granite Guts sort of fly past me, I'm going to start swimming my way back toward sort of drier land.
Okay, make me a Constitution saving throw. As the ship is pulling you down and you're trying to swim your way out. Okay, you're starting to drown here. and you're not taking damage just yet, but your lungs are burning and filling up with water.
Do I get to swim away?
Yeah. You're going to take six damage, basically poison damage, as you start swimming outwards. I'm going to need you to try to find your way out of the ship underwater in the freezing cold. So I need you to make me a survival check, disadvantaged, please. Yeah, you manage to find the door and make your way to the surface of the water. You get out and start spitting out water desperately as you've taken a little bit of damage from the cold water filling up your lungs. But you pop onto the surface coughing and gasping and manage to swim over to where Ordella and Yatara and Leonard are on the surface. Granite Guts, you are still underwater being pulled down by the ship. You have your ring of swimming on, but I don't think you... I need to look at that. I don't think it gives you the ability to breathe underwater.
Just said something about swimming speed.
Yeah, it just gives you a swimming speed. Like, you can swim, but you can't breathe underwater. So it's not like water breathing. It doesn't like give you like the spell of water breathing, basically. So you're under the water right now. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. All right, you're going to start taking some drowning damage now. You take 10 damage, Granite Guts, 10 poison damage, and you're starting to feel a little woozy under the water. You're digging around for Toot. Make me a survival check to try and find him. Disadvantaged. If you're still there, unless you're getting out of there.
You're muted.
Okay, is there any way that Divine Sense allows me to detect good and evil? Is there any way I can use this to my advantage?
He is a statue.
An evil statue.
He's a good statue.
No, he is a rock. He is a piece of marble.
Okay. All right.
You have detect rock.
Detect rock. I do have stone cunning.
No.
Not the same.
This is all wood and fire and death. Surely I can tell the difference between that and stone.
You're just digging around in the bottom of the ship.
Okay. Okay. Survival. Disadvantage.
Yep. You don't find anything. You don't find anything at all. Are you staying there?
I'm going to try one more round.
All right, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You're going to take 21 drowning damage now.
Okay.
As your lungs are burning.
A part of the reason that I decided to make this attempt is because I'm probably one of the tankiest people in the group.
Yeah,
and so if anybody could try this, it would be Cadillac or Harkus.
Yeah, your lungs are just absolutely on fire now. Make me disadvantaged survival check to root around and see if you can find him.
Oh gosh!
You find nothing.
Yo, I critically find nothing. All right, I use the ring to leave.
Okay. You swim out of there. You're still gonna have to try to find your way out of this ship.
Yeah.
Make me a survival check to find your way out.
Regular old survival or disadvantaged?
Yep. I'm gonna say regular old. Give me survival.
You son of a gun, better. Oh no!
Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, you pass. In this case, you're only going to take... You take 6 drowning damage.
Okay.
Make me a survival check to continue to try to find your way out of here.
Okay.
Okay. You managed to find your way to the door. I need you to make me another con save, please.
Okay.
Okay, that's a fail. How many HP you got left? Just curious.
Is this is technically a new turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Are you laying on hands yourself?
yes, you bet. I'm
I
taking a
need
moment,
healing. I touch myself.
and then I lay on hands. I deplete the rest of my stack for 15. Oh, I could have gone another round. I
take
didn't think about laying on hands.
You take 19 drowning damage.
Oh, I'm fine. It's all a-okay.
Okay, 19 drowning damage.
I'm gonna go back for Toot.
Are you?
Jesus, no.
Granite
Who's
Guts
not laughing?
Granite Guts pops up on the surface, gasping for air. As Granite Guts pops up on the surface, there is fire on the surface of the water, and the ferry boat slides beneath the ice and disappears. It's quiet and still, and Granite Guts is gasping and struggling to breathe as the ferry and the statue of Toot, wherever it may be, has slipped from vision.
Oh,
And
As this happens, I'm just going to say we lost our marble.
And Granite Guts, you're able to swim over to the dock, gasping for
This
air.
is terrible.
And I think, ladies
We're
and
gonna have
gentlemen,
to rename our group now.
and I
That's
think,
right. We're not.
and I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we will wrap it up.
It's a horrible place.
This is terrible.
Toot, I'm very sorry. You can get with me about your next character.
Oh,
In the cold wind, you've stopped
make it
him
his
already.
twin who's just come to look for him. Like, hey, I heard he was up this way. Have you seen him?
In his voice?
No.
His name is Poot.
That's what I was going to say. His name is Poot, which will be even better.
I love it.
Yeah.
I hope everybody had a good time tonight.
No,
Toot
no, we
didn't.
did not.
I think
Not
I
so
think
much.
I think you all felt the real suspense of what was happening there.
Not
Yes.
not so much. Not so much.
Yeah. Not a great day for us.
I feel kind of personally responsible for this. So,
I'm gonna
Oh,
blame
yeah, I
Ken.
totally
I'm gonna
blame
blame.
you for all of it.
I'm gonna blame Kenny because he wasn't here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leonard had to be here to save the meat bags. So
Alas.
mm.
Good night, everybody. I hope
Okay.
you all have a good evening, and we'll encounter, I guess, unless some sort of weird rescue plan has happened to salvage a statue. Don't know how you're gonna do that.
Oh, that's gonna be next week. We're already gonna get a plan together and
Look,
get a crane.
Well, it should be stated that we actually didn't find the other statue. So a salvage operation to get.
The other statue is distinctly not on the ship. It was gone.
We don't know that.
You didn't see it.
We don't know that. I think that the speaker of the city should bankroll a salvage operation to haul this thing up off the bottom of the lake. Pretty sure.
We'll worry about that next week.
Next time.
I hope everybody had a good time. And John, you can get with me about your next character,
Will do.
and we'll have you a new character to join our party. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.